But the real danger in our country is people presuming to know the truth and calling other senators misinformation. And I presume this would be the argument. Well, why don't we shut down Ted Cruz? Why don't we not let him speak at all? That's what's going on in our country. That it's not your time. When it's your time, you can have your time back. It's not your time to interrupt. But here's the point. The point is this is going on across America. There are people on your side of the aisle introducing legislation to tell Facebook that my opinion cannot and should not be heard. I quote from scientific literature every day, and you can disagree with it, but the thing is, your side is wanting to take down the argument and have your way imprinted on the American mind with no objection. That goes against everything with regard to free speech that we know of in our country.
The chair will remind members that when they have their time, it's their time, and corrections can be made subsequently. I will take the opportunity to correct the senator with reference to New Jersey. At the height of the pandemic, yes, we did have a high death rate. But now, as a result of vaccinations, where nearly 60% of the population is vaccinated, we have the lowest of any place in the nation. We have the lowest transmission rate, even though we are now facing the challenge of the Delta variants. So everything has to be put in the appropriate context. Senator Kane is asked for recognition. I'll get back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I'm going to be brief. I also wanted to make a quick correction of Senator Cruz to go to the point Senator Shaheen mentioned. This isn't about shutting off debate or keeping people from expressing their opinions, but Senator Cruz, at the beginning of his comment, I don't have the court reporter's transcript ahead of me, but he said that the CDC action yesterday to recommend mask wearing, the only thing that had changed was politics. That was what he said. The only thing that justified the CDC's guidance was politics, and that's frankly ridiculous. It's ridiculous because in your comment, you never said anything about the Delta variant. You never said anything about the rising caseload in Texas and Virginia and everywhere. You didn't acknowledge that the Texas Department of State Health Services, before the CDC, is still recommending that people wear masks because of the Delta variant. You can have opinions about the potency of the Delta variant. We can debate those. But when you say that the CDC action yesterday was based purely on politics and was unrelated to the surge in the Delta variant that is hospitalizing people at near record numbers and killing far too many Americans, I just worry about folks who are watching a hearing like this when government are trashing the institutions of government and asserting that they're only acting by politics. When we are in the middle of such a challenging spike in the pandemic, the effect of those comments is to weaken people's belief in the institutions of this country. And these institutions aren't perfect because humans aren't perfect. But I've lived in a military dictatorship. I've seen how other people live, and I just don't feel that we should be needlessly trashing our health agencies as they're trying to recommend in a difficult circumstance ways for people to be safe. This isn't about politics, what the CDC did yesterday, just as the Texas State Health Department's recommendation, which, like the CDC's, is not a mandate. It's a recommendation about how people should stay safe. We're just trying to do the very best we can to keep people safe, and I don't know why folks would want to undermine that.
Senator Johnson.
Mr. Chairman, I just have to push back when we hear accusations from the other side that Republicans have politicized COVID. I mean, go back to March, April, May, June of 2020. Who was politicizing COVID? It's the current president and vice president in their campaign that expressed skepticism over a Trump vaccine. So I can't stand by and let the other side accuse Republicans of politicizing COVID. It's been your side that has done that, and you did it, and you won a campaign. You won the presidency. Congratulations. Now, my point with the agencies is they have not been forthright. Now, I listened to Jen Psaki yesterday. Well, it's all based on data. Okay, show us the data. Be transparent. There is a law on the books that says if 5 members of the Homeland Security Committee, which I formerly chaired, sign an oversight request, the agencies shall. Not, hey, would you kind of maybe do it? They shall turn over the information. We have 5 members of the Homeland Security Committee asking the Health and Human Services Department to turn over the emails from Anthony Fauci unredacted. Unredacted. What we got yesterday was the 4,000 pages of redacted emails. The agencies are not being transparent, and I would argue that that is the reason you're seeing people hesitant. It's not vaccine hesitancy.